Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together, we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. I need to once again step into frame.
I know.
There we go.
We're supposed to be standing in front of these, but every time I start, it feels like this is so weirdly over, but it's really not. It's in the camera. Anyways, hi, welcome to WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
How's your day?
It's been actually great so far. Earlier today, I had a fun time over at Tougaloo College. They were having a STEM camp for middle schoolers, and they wanted to hear about weather. And I went and did a presentation in the storm tracker, which is always really fun to drive. By fun, I mean kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it's really scary. It's really loud.
It's just like a bigger truck than I've ever driven before. Like I have a little Kia, like, you know.
Right.
I don't drive.
No, same. I drive a small car.
Right. But it was fun though. I made it over there. Everyone was safe. We had a good time. Some of those middle schoolers want to be meteorologists now, so it's cool.
Love it. That is so fun.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the weather and telling people about the weather, we're here to tell you about the weather. And listen, I got to tell you, Dave just came in and said, the forecast is busting. And I was like, yeah, it is a little bit. We're really expecting to see a lot of rain already by this time today. That has not been the case. Now, it has been relatively gloomy. There have been some breaks in the clouds, but it's really been kind of overcast.
Yeah, and I've been reading the chat from the National Weather Service today, and they've been saying that a lot of the showers that happened over in Alabama, either late last night or earlier, basically ate up the instability that we were seeing over central Mississippi. So,
which, you know, I'm sure a lot of you are still going to be thankful for that. I actually got out early this morning and cut this area in our yard that consistently has been soggy, and I was like, this is as dry as it's gonna get because it's gonna rain this afternoon. Turns out it's not raining. So
not much, but we still have time.
You know, it's fine. We do still have time. Most of the storms right now, or all of the storms rather, are in southwest Mississippi. They bubbled up in Wilkinson County first and then kind of crept up into Adams. Now they're sort of branching out just a little bit. If you want to go in just a little, I'll kind of give you a closer view. They've gotten less, what's the word?
A little less robust?
Yes, less robust. The further south you go, but they are kind of lifting north. So now a little bit north and east of Natchez and then headed towards the Fayette area. So just a little first alert for you there. It looks like, oh, I didn't say, there is maybe a little bit of small hail associated with that, but we don't have any warnings on it right now.
But they did have a special weather statement earlier, 40 mile per hour wind gusts, but not quite at that severe level. So small hail and strong gusts, but they're kind of just below that severe threshold.
Yeah.
So
the threshold is at about 58 miles per hour. So, or 48 miles per hour.
60. So 58 because they issue it and say 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 58.
Anyways, Still a chance for the rest of the day that the rest of us see maybe a severe storm. Again, we haven't had any severe storms just yet, but we've got this level 1 out of 5 risk. And the models still insist that rain is going to build into the rest of the area. Will it or won't it? That's the question.
Yeah, the models have consistently been showing pretty widespread showers kind of in the early evening, but they were kind of more aggressive for the earlier half of the day. So
Nah.
I am still leaning towards yes. I think we're still going to see a lot of showers and storms today, later on this afternoon. But today it has already kind of underperformed, so it's not going to be a huge surprise if we end up staying more dry. But there is a chance we're still seeing on these model runs into the evening, still seeing quite a few showers and storms. So I think if you have dinner plans, still bring your umbrella.
Yeah,
just in case.
I agree.
Yeah.
And tomorrow it looks like we're going to see pretty much more of the same. This, again, has the coverage pretty high already shortly after lunchtime and continuing into the evening. Your evening commute, for sure, I would be prepared to slow things down just a little bit. There have been some decent indications that by Saturday, it's not as widespread. There's not necessarily a disturbance about like what we have today or we'll maybe see tomorrow. It's just more isolated in nature, pop-up showers and storms like what we typically have on a normal summer day.
Right. And that kind of continues through the weekend. Sunday, a little bit more dry as well. But then heading into next week, rain chances ramping right back up. Temperatures staying right where they kind of already are. Lower 90s average for late June into early July. Speaking of July, the 4th is coming up. This is your holiday weekend forecast. So not this upcoming weekend, but the next first weekend of July. Looking almost exactly the same.
Yeah, rain coverage a little bit lower than what we have for this weekend just because it's so far out. It's the very end of our first alert forecast. So what it's going to look like could be exactly this, but it will likely change a little bit. We'll fine tune it as we get closer. If it ends up being drier, it will likely end up being hotter. So we would expect to see more mid to maybe upper 90s, or maybe we see temperatures closer to the low 90s and those more widespread rain chances kind of continue on. At the moment, and what's been consistent is that it looks like a bulk of the rain for next week is going to be, this thing is just the worst, is going to be around Tuesday, Wednesday, as a front moves through parts of the southeast. We are unfortunately not going to get the really nice effects. If you're headed over to Alabama or close to the Atlanta area for the 4th of July holiday, it looks like it's going to be gorgeous over there. But we're still going to have a lot of moisture in the air, and that front is really just going to compress it down into central Mississippi and bring our rain chances up while it's about.
Right.
Do you want to pull up? Maybe we'll do just a current view and
Current radar or current temps?
Temps.
Okay, current
radar and temps. So there's one more look at our first alert radar. Things are, that's it right there. Things are relatively quiet across the area. It takes a minute to load. We'll say hi to Melissa. Hi, Melissa Price. Happy Thursday to you and Georgia Vaughn from Clinton.
You see, it's a little bit cool over under those showers. 72. That's nice for a summer afternoon.
Yeah, that's fabulous.
Although in an hour from now, it's going to be so humid over there. It's
so
muggy. Yes.
But only 88 here in Jackson. That is cool compared to where we've been by like 4 to 6 degrees across most of the area. So that's kind of generally going to be the trend. Remember that high pressure we'd been talking about? It's now out of the picture. So we don't have anything really making those temperatures heat up all that much. Vicksburg, it still feels like 105 over there, but we don't even feel like the triple digits yet here in Jackson, which is a significant difference. Right. From the last few days.
Right. I do think we're likely going to reach it by the end of this afternoon. I would see around 4 o'clock. We'll probably break 100. And that's why we do still have that heat advisory in effect today until 7. As you can see, Vicksburg over there already overperforming like usual, seeing those temperatures feel a little bit warmer. But at least it seems like every time I look at a map, the hottest spot is over there.
In Vicksburg?
So, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
So far. And maybe the sensor is like just in an area that gets more sunlight, because it's kind of absurd. Like, why is it always so warm over there compared to us? But that's what we're looking at right now. Yeah. Many of us kind of near the 105 range. Mm-hmm. Some of us could break that by this afternoon. But tomorrow, it looks like so far we don't have a heat advisory. So at least it hasn't been extended into the next day yet. but we're gonna have to keep watching for that potential to be a little bit cooler as we head into the weekend.
Yeah.
But
So some changes on the way to you. But that's it for our first alert forecast right now. And he's going to be on Studio 3 if the Lord so pleases and gives the time. I don't know if you guys ever tune into Studio 3. It is a really fun show, but because there are live studio guests majority of the time, sometimes it goes a little long. They have to take the weather out, which is, of course, sad. But
I'm still in
they
the
have a lot
back
of fun.
though. I'm there in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit. Exactly. So we will be here both physically and in spirit for you through Studio 3 on WLET News at 4 and 4:30. Chief Meteorologist Dave Roberts is in today. He'll be on at 5 and 6. And then he and I will be here at 6:30 with another look at your First Alert Weather Plus forecast. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the not as hot temperatures, even though it's still muggy out there. And stay safe. Drink plenty of water.